Okay then, people. Exactly 100 chapters later, we have gotten back to Granville. Yeah, that is true. In chapter 1, every single Granville robot broke down. And now, exactly 100 chapters later, 101, we are returning to Granville. And Shiki sees the horrible truth about the robots being broken down. However, there is one moment here that I think none of us saw coming. And that has just left us with enormous amount of questions. Like, what the hell is going on? Is everything we thought we knew a lie? Is all this another act? Is this a Hiroshima troll moment? Or again, is everything not gonna be what we assumed it to be? I'm gonna be frank, I didn't like the Shiki execution scene because that is not Hiro Mishima's style. But he corrected that when Rebecca went back in time and everything turned out to be one of the best arcs ever. However, this situation once again creates a worry about is everything we thought we knew not gonna happen? Pardon the late introduction, this is me, the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, although the semi-retired Despair Reviewer, here with chapter 101 of Eden Zero. And yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? And I'll explain what I think about it. First of all, Pino actually has another Annihilus. Although this for the first time she doesn't have a smiling face. It is a blurred picture of Captain Connor, although every single information about him is a question mark. But yeah, this did indeed summarize that memories about a past that has happened can be intertwined. That creates an interesting situation. But the rest, though, is not so much. As the Eden Zero parks, Pino walks out of the ship, and it's pretty adorable to see her walking around there, almost like a little kid, all wondering and recording the beautiful scenario. Even more funny is the fact that Wise is the one that shows concern about Pino in this situation. But then, and also another thing is the fact that Witch and Sister are not coming with. Only Hermit is in this place because they're shaking the ship's system. I really hope that is the case and it's not something very bad. But here it confirms one thing that I said. A lot of people begin to wondering exactly where did the 4-star Shrine Maidens come from? I said they came from Granbella, but a lot of people didn't really believe me. Hermit here confirms that they did come from this planet, although she also does say that this is where Siggy built them. Which, again, it begs really the question on what exactly are the 4-star Shrine Maidens. Given the end of this chapter, it's just another additional question. Because, I actually had a theory, and that theory was that the 4-star Shrine Maidens actually were just another Granbell robots, but somehow Shiki rebuilt them into humanoid androids using the Eden Zero core, because it's worth noting that in the bad future, the virus man over there shut them down when he connected himself to the Eden Zero core. He shut them down. That seems to imply that yes, they can be broken and be destroyed just like any other robot. But it also does seem to imply that the 4-star Shrine Maiden's life force, their second heart, so to speak, is the Eden Zero itself. And I think that is something more than just building them there. But then Hermit also says something very peculiar. They found Shiki, but they don't remember where they found Shiki. Apparently, Siggy had erased their memories. We're just getting into this chapter and already we have too many questions. Again, the logbook system was also deleted, but now it actually turns out that there are some parts or the 4-star shrine maidens that had their memory wiped? One knows. So, well, either way, they finally find the robots, and Chiki is forced to deal with the harsh truth as he sees all of the robots, including Michael, all broken down. And Hermit does a scan, actually revealing that the robots actually were living on ether, but apparently this planet itself did not have any ether left. Again, we don't know anything about the ether system per se, but I think we can imply that the reason why they broke down was because they didn't have any ether on the planet again. They were self-serve. No, that's the wrong word. They could heal or stay alive because the planet itself had ether. But now the planet itself no longer had ether, therefore they only could stay survive by repairing themselves over and over, but that would not solve everything. And now we also get the fact that Hermit can actually access memories. So she accesses the memories of one of the broken down robots, and we see the flashbacks, including the time when Siggy was about to break down, and he told them to find a way to send Shiki to space. But also the memory that no longer with the Demon King did they have the technology to send anyone to space, but saying that they just had to wait. And then to the time when Rebecca arrived, and then saying they had to play their role perfectly, and in their final moment, performing the parts well. Shiki cries as he realizes that all this was just a moment. It can very well also be broken tears, but happy tears as well. That's just how much the bots cared for him. Or is it really like that? Because then we get to the real surprise. Siggy arrives before the presence. As we saw in the last chapter, he somehow activated himself. We don't know how, we don't know when, and we don't even understand why. Is this connected to Rebecca rewinding time, or is there something we don't know? Because again, people, this chapter gives us so many questions, it's not even funny. Siggy shows himself, and let me tell you, it didn't occur to me until now. Perhaps maybe because this is the first time we actually see Siggy in this position, but it didn't occur to me just how intimidating and muscular his form is. We see rust and many things on him because of he stands still. We see a broken horn, but we also see that his body, no kidding, people, his body is actually ripped. I mean, he's a robot, but his arms are gigantic, everything. And Shiki only cries again as he wonders how is this even possible. But as he approaches Siggy, suddenly he uses Saturn's gravity to pin them all down, destroying the ground, as well as making it so that every single robot falls down in a pit. Although he does say before he showed himself, rest in peace, ye noble bots. As we all know, Siggy is the original owner of Saturn's gravity, and this really shows just the limit of the power. Because when Shiki has used it, yes, he has manipulated space in a certain way, so to speak, and everything else, but he mostly uses it to enhance his gravity power. This is on a grander scale. Siggy cracks the ground itself. As Shiki asks why, suddenly Siggy begins to say, I was wrong. I should never have raised you or sent you into the skies. As we see one of his eyes glowing, he suddenly calls humans ugly and foolish creatures, as we see a smirk on his face that is unlike any smirk we've seen before. This is shocking. The man that had talked about hearts, human understanding, and many things more suddenly calls humans foolish. And it's then that Eden 1 shows itself, and Siggy says, there are humans that I can use. We also see Hermit's character development here. As we all know, she was broken by human betrayal, but thanks to Siggy's kindness and anything more, she became happy. And the fact that she is saying, humans comes in all kinds, just like bots. You can't assume they're all evil. And that is really showing Hermit's character development. Yes, she has seen the ugly side of humans, but she has also seen the kind side. So she's being wise when she's saying that there are good and bad. But Siggy's just saying that there are humans he can use. As Eden 1 appears, suddenly Siggy says, now is the age of mechanical life forms. We will rule over all humankind, as Shiki can only cry. Then Siggy looks at Pino. As we all recall, he built Pino and says the one word I do not want to hear, but I had a feeling it was going to be something like this. Pino, come. You belong with us. I'm just saying, people, this chapter is a doozy. So many questions pop up in our heads with just seeing this enough. And you know, Pino had her memories erased. But I always had a feeling that her memory coming back was going to have some sort of tragic thing. Note, the memories are not coming back to her immediately, but I had some lingering suspicion that the truth of her memory is going to be more tragic than we think. And now, here we come to the other questions. Siggy, a man that have talked about hearts and many things more, just suddenly calls humans foolish, and suddenly says that robots are gonna rule. This creates questions, people. Many questions. And those are, has Siggy always been this evil? We just never saw that side. 2. Is this Siggy the one we did not see in the past? 3. Is something we're missing in this flashback because of every single... Because again, you have to note, Hermit said that Siggy has deleted some of their memories, and Pino had her memories deleted. So what I'm trying to say is it possible that the Siggy we saw is not the true Siggy, just a personality he created out of deleted memories in order for something else? I mean, that doesn't make sense. I mean, Siggy himself here says that it was a mistake of raising Shiki, which seems to imply that he did choose to raise Shiki. But why? Also, the robots created a story that they were infected by a virus. But what if that really were the case? What if they really did have a way to get to the virus, so to speak? Is this all implying that Siggy is the main antagonist of everything else? Because if it is, have you any imagine on just how broken Shiki is gonna be? Yeah, I mean, this creates just too many questions. But it's the title of the next chapter that is scary to me. And that is Time to Say Goodbye. That could mean anything. It could mean that Pino is going to say goodbye to the gang. It could be mean Siggy is saying goodbye to the gang. It could even mean that the 4-star Shrine Maiden is going to say goodbye. What is going on? No, seriously, what is going on? Too many questions. But I have a feeling we won't get them solved anytime soon. But if it really is as it looks, that Shiki is the main antagonist, because if you have to pay attention to one thing, although it's a very minor thing, go back and read Hero, the spin-off manga. There's many pictures about many things, people there. There is a picture that showed Sereth and Siggy along with, not Lucia. Lucia. And they were and those two were the main antagonists in the series. So yeah, was all of that a foreshadowing? But this is not going to be good for Shiki. He's going to be mentally broken down. But I was hoping there was going to be some way to get Michael back in the story, but I don't think it's going to be that way because now the ground opened up and all the robots fell into that. But yeah, please don't take Pino away, I beg you. Even if Pino is designed to be a man-hating machine, I would prefer not to. So please give me your thoughts if you have any.